Watch the video. ISIS savages beheading 21 Christians. What's going on, guys? Make Hay Electric. It is Tuesday, the 17th of February, 2015. Another ISIS video. Let me get into this. As we predicted last week, 21 Christians had been beheaded. Now the gruesome details. The video just released by ISIS. I'll put the first link. You can watch the video for yourself. I call BS. Once again, I know some people's feelings on this video that it's authentic, but let me ask you, why the multiple camera angles? Why the multiple fade in, fade out shots? It doesn't make any sense. The thing I have to ask myself is, let's just say a Hollywood producer wanted to do a documentary about ISIS, and they had to reenact these beheading scenes. What would they look like in the movie? Think about that while you're watching that. You know, you could go back to the Friday the 13th and the Nightmare on Elm Streets and look how realistic it looked in the 80s. I call BS. You know, in my opinion, it's fake. Now, it may be real, and if it is real, that it's all being done for a reason. I'll give you that first link to the video. We got a ton more stuff here. Egypt says they will avenge the beheading deaths of 21 Egyptians in Libya. I'll put a link to that, of course. More war on the way. More than 4,000 U.S. troops will be deployed to Kuwait, possibly to fight the Islamic State. That come out February 15. But hold up on that car wash, gentlemen, because CNN's new poll says most disapprove of Obama handling of ISIS. So, are we going to see more of these mass beheadings and burnings and all this may or may not be real type stuff? I believe we will, because the American people aren't quite on board. You know, which Operation Blackjack Alert leads me to believe even more now than ever that there's going to be some big event in America. You know, just like the psyop of 9/11. I'm not saying to call BS on all of this stuff. I'm saying look at it objectively. You know, don't rely on your first reaction. You know, it's an emotional reaction. Just like after 9/11, the whole country stood up and said, let's go get those assholes. Turned out to be a big-ass lie, didn't it? I got a lot more to give you here. What's going to be next? Possibly this. You know, to be burned alive, like Jordan Pilot. ISIS releases video claiming to show 17 Kurdish fighters in a cage. I'll put a link to this, or maybe it'll be the kids. IS threatens to burn cage full of children. Cage full of children with the flame, just like the, you know, the Jordanian pilot. Take a look at that. Maybe it'll be real, maybe it'll be fake. It's all being done to provoke an emotional reaction from you to keep the military-industrial complex going. This is just my opinions. Take it for what you will. Other news going on. Netanyahu urges... Now, this is big. Listen to this. Think about it. Netanyahu urges Jews to move to Israel after Copenhagen attacks. Now, the Copenhagen shooter, turns out, pledged allegiance to ISIS. I guess that's why they were calling it a terrorist attack. But all Jews are to move back to Israel. That's really something. Speaking of that, U.S. cuts Israel out of Iran talks. Netanyahu, that make you mad, bro? We got this other thing going on. Boko Haram plans to massacre 200,000 Christians. More money for the military-industrial complex going. In fact, Chad begins U.S.-backed military exercise as a warm-up for Boko Haram. That come out on the 16th from Ynet. Put a link to that. Now, we got the Russia-Ukraine ceasefire that's not holding. Many people have been killed since the ceasefire went into place. I'll put a link to this. Donetsk not responding to provocations from Ukrainian forces, DPR official says. I'll put a link to that. We also got from Zero Hedge. After conducting naval drills in East Mediterranean, Russia puts airborne troops on alert. This come out 2/16. Put a link to that. So the official story on the ceasefire is it's holding, but people are still getting killed. So, you know, back here at home, this is very interesting. The U.S. economy is days away from shutting down. This comes from the Dave Hodges. I don't really know a lot about that site. Put a link to it, but let me give you some more to back that up. Look at this. You think internet control's not coming? Here's another big sign of that. And will they use a story like this as a cover story when all your money disappears? The world's most sophisticated cyber attack. How hackers infiltrated the banks and stole millions. I think they stole upwards of $1 billion. Hackers stole $1 billion from banks. You know, so problem, reaction, solution. Something has to be done. The internet needs to be controlled so this can't happen. Banks need to be more secure. You know, how about the microchip? This is a good idea, right? Keep your money secure. Put a link to this from Zero Hedge, just a sign of the times. Speaking of the internet, look at this from Time. Why the father of the internet thinks you should print out your photos. He is predicting a digital dark age. Whatever could that mean? EMP goes off over America? I don't know. Put a link to that. Your thoughts? You know, other news going on, New World Order related. FAA drone. We know the DHS is going to put drones in the skies over America. FAA drone test site in North Dakota will soon cover 2/3 of the state. Think about the state of North Dakota. Pretty big state. 2/3 of the state will be inhabited by drones. for testing. I'll also put one video at the bottom. Bubba 008-009, the Bunker Report, put out a great video, Fascists in Kiev. Definitely take a listen to what he's got to say, and it's good to see you again, man. Great video, good stuff in that video, and check out his links he's got below that video. I'd love your thoughts on all this madness. Do you think the ISIS, beheading of all these Christians, you think it's real? Watch it a few times, and like I say, don't go on your first reaction, which is going to be emotional. Think about it objectively. Like I say, think about if a Hollywood director had to reenact that scene for a movie, what would it look like? I call BS, but maybe it's real. I don't know. Your thoughts? Please rate the video. Please pass it around. Make people aware of what's going on. We live in very volatile times. Very volatile times. That's all I got for now. My friends in the U.S., stay warm. I know everybody's under a snowpack right now for the most part. So, take it easy and stay warm and stay safe. And I will see you on the next one.